All right, hey BG, what's going on?
Hey, what's going
Um,
on?
one of the things I wanted to ask you is, you're a guy that plays off the crowd, especially at training camp. It's one of your favorite things. Obviously, it's very quiet. There's nobody there. You're still finding ways to make noise. I heard you out there today. The defense seems to still be having fun. How different does this feel for you?
Right now, it doesn't feel too much different, other than like you said, the fans is not around. Normally, we have people at practice, watching us against each other during training camp. But it just feels good just to kind of be back. Just with the boys, because being in the house for those months during COVID, it was good to get family time. But now, I'm just happy to have some type of normalcy about my day, other than just being in the house all day.
Go
Thanks.
back to Rube and then Tim McManus.
Hey, BG. Hey, are you surprised at the level of play on both sides of the ball the first couple of days of this, as far as not having an off season and just kind of getting right to it? It seems like the level's been pretty high.
You know what? I think the team did a good job on building us up. Ted and those guys in the weight room, and the coaches. They all put together a good little plan for us. The first couple weeks, we was ramping up to this point, and now I just feel like we just in the grind of it, of training camp. You got to get in that football shape, and I feel good about my off-season shape. But the football shape is so different when you start fighting against people, and but I love the intensity, I love the energy that's going on right now. We got some good stuff going on. We just need to bottle all that stuff up and get ready, for the first game.
We'll go Tim McManus and then Martin Frank.
Hey, Brandon. Derek Barnett has an injury, and he's been dealing with quite a few of them to start his career. You've had a share of your own. I mean, what is that like to go through that, where you just can't seem to get healthy, and what are you doing to keep him positive, and what are you seeing from him?
I was talking to him today. I told him, don't worry about none of that stuff. This your year. Believe that. And we just kept it at that. And so, I know that. I know it means stuff. I know it. I know DB to know now that it means something to him. I know that stuff happens in life that you don't know why it's happening, but I know that his attitude is positive and he can't wait to get back out there. So we talked about it earlier today. This is his year. Keep that chip on your shoulder, and keep that chip on your shoulder to get back and come out there with the boys when you're ready. So I know he's going to be ready when that time comes.
Martin Frank and then Les Bowen.
Hey, Brandon. I was wondering if I could ask you, with the Big Ten and a couple other major conferences canceling football for the fall or trying to play in the spring, as someone who played obviously in the Big Ten, what does that do for kids, and why do you think like the NFL is better suited to play this fall? All things considered.
Well, I just feel like just with all the resources we have on this level in the NFL, and it's money that has to do with this too. I think that we're able to do this because we can test often, and I'm sure the NCAA just have a lot of different schools that they have to fund and make sure that it's safe for the guys. And so it sucks though for them, because I know I would hate to have my college experience kind of put on hold a little bit because of a pandemic like this. Something that we never really been a part of ever in life. So I think that it just sucks that guys got to miss out on a year. But you always got to look at the positives, which I try to, and maybe it's saving your body for what's to come. So I don't know why things happen, but I do know that when it's time to come back, guys gonna be ready. And with the NFL still going, I'm happy because I'm in year 11. I don't know what a whole year off would look like for me. So I'm thankful for that. But I think it's just because of money. I think the NFL can handle it a little better than NCAA right now.
Les Bowen and then John McMullen.
Hey, BG. I know it's only been a few days, but have you been up against many of the young offensive linemen yet? Dillard or Mailata or even the rookies? And what can you tell me about what you've seen from any of them so far?
I think Maladas, he's just getting back into to the mix because he's been hurt since last year. I think he's doing a good job just trying to do what Stout's telling him to do. I think he just has to get back into that rhythm again. But, I'm loving what I see already, his positive attitude coming out. You got 63 Jake. I forgot his last name, but I like him a lot. He's a younger guy. He's somebody who I love. I love his attitude so far, just on how he tries to, finish blocks. And, you have to really, work an edge on him because he's a big body. I mean, Lane is still Lane. Lane is looking good, beefed up. Can't really bull rush him too much, so I got to work edges on him. So, that's been fun. But right now, I think the battles pretty much is 63. Me and him went against each other yesterday, and I like what I see so far from him.
John McMullen and then Zach Berman.
Yeah, Brandon, kind of piggybacking off with Jack Driscoll, you guys were doing some pass rushing work against the offensive line today. There was a lot of talk that maybe he would move inside after they drafted him. Obviously, he played right tackle at Auburn. What do you see from him that he could stay out at right tackle?
I think he's a big body. I think that he's doing really good as far as, learning the technique, because that's going to be the biggest thing for him because he's a big body. He's aggressive. I just think that once he learns the technical side of it, of what Stout is asking him to do and getting comfortable, that just comes with reps. With any new position, you definitely have to put your steps in, your work in, because it's not just gonna come right away. But he's looking good because he's coachable, and that's all you can ask for a young guy coming in, and somebody who's going to try to work and come out early to do some of the technique stuff so that it can show up in practice and then eventually show up in the games when that comes.
Zach Berman and then Rob Kessner.
Hey, Brandon, what's Connor Barwin providing you guys when he's on the field? And what's it like for you seeing guys like Barwin and Sproles, who used to be your teammates, on the other side of it now?
It's cool, to see the transition from them guys. Connor brings a lot of energy. Same as I feel like he's still playing with us, other than you just don't get the reps with him. Because, before every team period, he's coming up to me, hey, man, Lane got your number right now, man. Go get him. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever he see that happened the last team, he try to, remind me to, go get it. And so today I really got to, really feel that spirit of Connor because, Connor been around, but now that everything is happening now with the pads and stuff, you hearing them a lot more. And, seeing Sproles and those guys, it just make me, happy that those guys are happy with their transition, still in the football, and it's only going to make it better for me. Looking forward to the future when that time comes for me. I plan on, working with the team too, and so to see them, smiling and still loving, the structure, I feel that a lot of guys miss when they leave the game, to get that structure back and to have a purpose. I feel like those guys are just right where they left off, other than just not playing. But it's good to have those guys around.
We'll go Rob Kessner and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, Brandon, want to go a little off topic with you. I don't know if during the pandemic you were watching The Last Dance, like a lot of sports fans were, but if you saw it, one of the cool things, if you watch, like Michael Jordan in his early days talking about what life was like as an athlete. Guys were like smoking cigarettes and, you know what I mean, like in the locker room. And then 12 years, 13 years later, things had progressed so much in the sport. Like guys were taking weight training a lot more and that kind of stuff. Been around now long enough. I'm curious if you've seen any kind of progress in the way guys approach the game, in the sport, just the life in football. How is it different in the time from when you started till now?
Well, I feel like we got a lot more healthy choices in the cafeteria these days. Because back then, boy, we used to eat a lot of stuff that, obviously keeps the weight on and it's just not good for you. But, I do love life is about choices, and so no matter if people put it in front of you or not, you got to have some type of willpower. But I really do feel like they do a good job here as far as making sure that we stay on our path of success, especially if you got goals for yourself. I know for me, I try to make sure I'm eating right during the season too, not just during the off season, but during the season, because with all the traveling that we do, it's easy to kind of fall into, oh man, we in New Orleans, oh let's go get some crawfish or whatever, and then we go to Miami or we go wherever we go. We always seem to eat good, but you got to remember your goals and the journey that you've been on to that point. So I feel like nowadays you're not trying to cheat yourself anymore because it's more emphasized on a healthy lifestyle, and social media definitely is way different, and it helps with that compared to what it was back in the day.
We'll take one more because we have another guy coming down, so we'll wrap up here with Bo Wolf.
Hey, BG. First, like almost all the other guys who were 30 years old had the day off. You didn't want the day off today?
Man, I'm out here working, man. I'm trying to go all pro this year, man. I understand you got to take your rest too. I'm not saying that, but they sure didn't walk up to me and ask me. But I want my rest on lighter days than these days, because I know when that first game come, the adrenaline is going to be rushing, and I'm going to need all the win I can get. So the extra reps definitely not going to hurt, but they scaled me back a little bit. But I don't want to miss those hard days, because you just can't get this time back right now, and we ain't got that much time to waste right now anyway. So when that day come, holler at me next week. Next week when the grind really start.
And then very quickly, as you guys are trying to build that camaraderie on defense, which I know you said is a little bit harder because you haven't had the full off season, who are like the new guys, whether that's either veterans or rookies, who have sort of their personalities are sort of big in the room already?
Well, you see Avonte playing on the other side of Slay. I know he got a lot to prove. You hear him more. We got our little dance going on, being from Detroit. Then you got, Josh Sweat, who's excited for his role right now. I think, he's going to be a guy that comes in and, let people know and see his speed and see, him getting off that rock and getting to the quarterback. Who else? I'm excited for Nate Gary. He's the man in the middle now. He's going to be the guy to get us lined up, and, I'm excited for him to show everybody, what he's been working on too. It's a lot of young guys, a lot of chips on their shoulders, man. I'm just trying to make sure I keep it that way because, we got a lot to prove, I got a lot to prove, let people know. I'm 32, but yeah, I'm still moving. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so many different things that you take into a new year. And so for me, I'm just trying to make sure I keep working hard, keep on pushing these young boys just so that they can, keep this train rolling, because I really do believe we got a good team, but it's all about how we put it together and how we work together.
Appreciate your time. Hey, how much do you look at playing outside as a transition? We've seen you do it a little bit, but we've seen you mainly in the slot. Does it feel like a transition for you, or does it feel real natural? And how big a project is that for you?
I've been playing corner in college for 4 years straight, so it's not really new, just getting back to the feel of it, from moving in the inside and from in the back at safety. But, yeah, definitely I'm very used to it now, so once I get the feel back.
Let's go Les Bowen and then Rob Motti. Let's start with Rob Motti, and then we'll go back to Les.
Hey, Avonte, how comfortable are you already out there with Darius Slay, and what's it like to have a guy like that playing opposite you?
That's everything. I mean, since he got in here, I've been asking him as many questions as I can on the outside, from splits to what you're looking at while you're lined up, your steps, your footwork, top of the route, beginning of the route. I'm just trying to learn as much as I can from Slay, because, he's a great asset to me. And, ever since he came in here, he's been willing to help me, like, no matter what. And, I'm from Detroit, and Slay's been in Detroit, so I used to watch him a lot back then. And, when I first got in the NFL, I had hit him on social media, and he actually inboxed me back. So, I kind of almost knew him a little bit before, just breaking a little bit of the water. But, once he got in here, he's a great guy. He's willing to help. and teach me as much as I can. And his goal is to, like he always tell me, like I want you to be top better than me, way more better than me. So I'm gonna just give you everything I got.
Let's go back to Les and then Dave Zangaro. Hey Les, we're having some problems there. Let's go to Dave Zangaro.
Hey, Avonte. Do you feel like right now that starting cornerback job is yours to lose? And who do you feel is your biggest competition for it?
I mean, every day we out there competing. I mean, we have a great group, and it's just there, and we go out and complete. We always working to help each other, get better. So right now, it's not about whose position it is. It's just about going out, getting better each and every day, and working as one unit. And because everyone's going to play, so no matter what's going on, we already seen it in the past 2 seasons. So right now, we're just competing. And, friendly competing and having fun as we doing it and teaching and learning.
Let's go Mike Kay and then Ed Kratz.
Sorry about that, Avonte. Sorry about that.
No problem.
In there. Are you? Is your understanding of the secondary, having played so many different positions, changed over the past 2 off seasons since you got here as a rookie? Just because you've experienced so much.
I like it. It helps me out a lot because, I moved out to corner, I moved to nickel safety, and it kind of like puts everything in a bigger picture for me because, if I'm outside and we playing something, I know where my help is a lot more because I played that position. Or if I'm inside and I know where my help is in the middle, I know where it is on the outside. So it's definitely a good feeling when you just know where your help is, and that gets you an edge on where you gotta be on your while you're defending the receiver. So I think it's a big access to me.
Ed Kratz and then Jeff McClain.
Hey, hi, Avonte. I just wanted to ask you about the receivers, the 3 rookie receivers in particular the team brought in. I'm sure you've gone against them a couple times now in these last couple days. What are your impressions of Reagor, Watkins, and Hightower?
I mean, all 3 of them, they're doing pretty well. I mean, they're all fast, good feet, and I'm excited to see what them guys do on game day. They definitely have been out here working hard and putting in the effort, getting as many reps as they can when they're out there on the field, and they're making the most out of it. And I'm challenging them, competing with them, and get them as good as they can. So,
Jeff McClain and then Martin Frank.
Avonte, how has it felt differently out on the field without Malcolm Jenkins?
About Jink. No, I miss Jink, but we still got tons of great leaders back there with Rod and Jay Mills, so they just know everything. The communication is still there. So it's definitely a different because I came in with Jink and I was asking him a lot of questions. His locker was by my eyes at one point, but I wish the best for him, and we're still rolling out here. So I feel very comfortable with who we got back there, and I feel like we have a great back end.
Martin Frank and then Bo Wolf.
Hey, Avonte. I was wondering, during the off season, were you training more towards playing on the outside at cornerback, or were you kind of like training for all the positions? And did you work out with Darius Slay at all, being that both you guys are from the Detroit area?
During the off season, I wasn't really training to be on the outside or the inside or anything. It was just I was trying to make sure I was physically healthy and working on just like little techniques, just period. You still got the same footwork kind of in the slot in and out on the outside, but I was just working on everything I can be good at and all as well. But Slay was in Detroit, and I went home at one point. I texted him and I was gonna meet up with him. He was working out with some kids at King at my high school. So I was gonna show up that one week, but I think he was coming here, and I was just going there, so I missed him for a day or two. So I never got a chance to work out with him while I was there.
Final one here from Bo Wolf.
Hey, Avonte. Aside from like the different personnel and all the new faces on the defense, how different do you expect the defense to look this year schematically in terms of how much man you guys are playing, how much dime you guys are playing, stuff like that?
I don't really know. I'm just going out there ready to play whatever the coach Jim calls. I'm willing to, if it's man, be up in someone's face, or if it's zone, get to my drop. So that's not up for me. That's definitely up to Schwartz. So I'm just willing. I'm ready to play whatever he calls.
And then that play during practice today where it was down the middle and Ertz caught it, but it looked like he could have laid a hit if it was live. What happened there?
Well, if it wasn't Ertz, if it was anyone else, I would have made a clean hit, not stay off the head, but it probably would have been the ball would have popped out and would have went in someone else's hands. So, we always got to stay safe at practice, and Zach is a very, very valuable piece to our offense. So I just knew once I seen 86, I'm not going to get nowhere near that.
You had a couple days here now with pads. You've gone against several corners, I guess. What has stood out to you in that group? Who's been tough, and what has the overall experience been like? Has it been any different from what you expected?
No, it hasn't. It's a bunch of great guys out there, a bunch of great competitors, and honestly, I'm taking it all in. I'm not looking down at anyone. I'm just looking to get better and get 1% better each day.
We'll go Ruben Frank and then Bo Wolf.
How important is it for you to kind of make sure you're stringing together a lot of consistent days and not just flashing one day and maybe having a bad day, but just really kind of fighting through the fatigue and stringing together a lot of days?
It's very important. I just go out there and, play. I don't really try to stress and try to, just make things happen. I just, go out there and play naturally and, stick to what I know.
Bo Wolf and then Zach Berman.
Hey, Jalen, what is the process like of playing for, I would assume that Carson Wentz is the best quarterback you've ever played with. What is the process like for you of adjusting to, high expectations of what the quarterback is going to throw to you?
Honestly, it's not a problem at all. Like I said, I'm just taking it all in and, trying to get better every day, just trying to live up to the expectations, make sure, I work hard and show them that, I'm here to learn, work hard, and ultimately just help this team.
Zach Berman and then Jamie Apodi.
Hey, Jalen, what's it like going up against Darius Slay? What does he do well, and what kind of challenge does he present?
He's just he's a very lengthy corner, long arms, and it's Darius Slay. He's a great corner, but he's ultimately gonna, make game days easier for me, and I look forward to going against him every day.
Jamie Apodi and then Martin Frank.
Jalen, obviously, usually rookies have preseason games to get acclimated before, it all counts, and you're not going to have that opportunity. So are you kind of like treating every practice as if it's the Super Bowl? And like, what do you think it's going to be like? Your first play in is going to count.
I wouldn't say I'm treating every practice as like the Super Bowl. I'm just, like I said, I'm going in every day just trying to work hard. You can't get too high, you can't get too low. You just got to stay at a normal pace. But you just got to make sure you approach every day and attack every day. But I don't try to look at it as pressure. I just try to climb that mountain each every day.
Well, Martin Frank and then Christian Rogers.
Hey, Jalen, I was wondering how you would assess your first couple of days of practice. I know yesterday, for example, you had a couple, muffs on the punt, but you caught some nice passes and everything. Just kind of what the first 2 days have been like for you.
I feel like they've been pretty solid days. I did have too much, but I also, the other punts that we got, that's maybe 2 out of 70 or whatever the case may be. So, I feel like I'm making good progress, and I feel like I'm getting better each and every day. The coaches are giving me good feedback, and they see that I work hard and I want to get better every day. So that's all I can do as a rookie.
Christian Rogers and then Dave Zangaro.
Hey, Jalen, going back to Carson for a second, how do you feel like your chemistry is developing with him? And what are some of the conversations maybe you guys are having, after the rep off the field to make sure you guys can expedite that process?
Just conversations, just us figuring out each other.
I'm a different receiver than every receiver is different. Every receiver has, their different way they run routes or different way they do things. And Carson, he kind of embraces that about me. He was like, you're this type of guy. Like, I see it. You're this type of guy. So we just have conversations and just talk about, which certain ways I can run routes and get open and, make plays. So I feel like we're gelling well. I love Carson. That's my dude. And I look forward to, a long, long career with him.
Dave Zangaro and then Mike K.
What kind of receiver does he say you are?
He kind of always, because we watch a lot of clips, with our routes and stuff like that. And he just like, you explosive like Julio. You can run fast. You can jump high. So he compares me to a lot of, like receivers. And he just saying, certain routes, it's certain routes certain people can't run. And he's like, you can run those routes. So, he's putting me up there. He's putting it on me. He's putting it all on me. So I'm willing to, get better every day and work at it.
Not that you lack confidence, but what does that do for you to hear him compare you to some great players like that?
Confidence is me. I walk around with confidence. I have confidence. That's natural to me. And just to hear that, it's just like, for him to see that in me, it's like it just drives me to go harder, because I don't want to be satisfied.
Mike K. and then Rob Motti.
Jalen, what do you like about returning the football?
You said returning the football?
Yeah,
To me, it's fun to catch the ball and make somebody look foolish. And then, really just, I don't know, it reminds me of growing up playing, throw up tackle. You catching the ball and then now it's you versus everybody. So it's like you make that one guy miss and it's a huge void. So, it's just fun. I love it.
Rob Motti and then Tim McManus.
Jalen, you mentioned living up to the expectations. What do you think those expectations are for you? And do you think they should be lower because the offseason is the way it was and you didn't get enough time out there? Or do you go into this thinking, I don't care what it was behind me, I'm ready to live up to whatever those expectations are?
Absolutely. You just said it. I don't look at it as, it should be lower or it should be. It is what it is. We didn't have an offseason. We're going through a pandemic. I can't sit here and complain about that. I just have to show the coaches that I can adapt. So, I don't sit here and complain and say, if we had this, if we had that. I just get the job done, and that's what I'm here to do.
Final two here from Tim McManus and then Al Thompson.
Hey, Jalen. So Carson says he sees a little Julio Jones in your game. What else does he say? Who else does he compare you to?
Really? He doesn't just name anyone specific. He'll just say, you can run routes like that. Like, you can run those routes. So he hasn't really said anybody specific, but I'm sure he has things in mind that you guys can ask him. But, he said I'm explosive, I'm fast and game changer. So it's a lot of explosive, fast, and a lot of game changers in this league. So,
Jalen, Thompson, we hear a lot of rookies talking about the speed of the game. And apparently the game is not too fast for you right now. You're seeing routes. We watch you out in practice. You're seeing lanes, and you're making yourself open for Carson. How have you been able to slow the game down like that for yourself?
I would say it's mental. Not getting overwhelmed because it's a lot, but it's all what you make of it. So I just look at it as, I'm in this position for a reason. The coaches, this organization, they believed in me. So, I just try to, just make the best of every rep and make the best of every day entering this building. So, like I said, they believed in me, and I'm here to do the job, and I'm here to get the job done.